Good day, ladies and gentlemen. So today I'm specifically going to be talking about the Uber app. All right, I'm going to make some comparison, mild comparison, by the way, with other uh, rideshare apps. Maybe majorly Bolt, being that many people know about Bolt, many drivers are on Bolt first, even before Uber. So this would be very useful for you if you are not on the Uber app, or maybe you are on the Uber app, but you don't know about some of these features in the Uber app. All right, so my goal is that hopefully by the end of the video, I'll give you a reason why, if you're not on the Uber app, you should most definitely join the Uber app. I'm making this video from Abuja, so uh, whatever I say is majorly something that I feel I've personally experienced in the city of Abuja. So you might be in Lagos and it works differently for you over there. However, I feel like if it's a feature on the Uber app, then that means it's applicable everywhere. All right. So also want to state very specifically that I'm not trying to promote Uber as such, but I find that a lot of people are just not knowing about some of the benefits just keeps you in a loop. Like you tend to hurt your earning abilities just being on boat, right? So these Uber tips could literally help you, accomplish something. So I'm going to be giving you two major reasons, two very major reasons. One, which is the features. The features are like you need to see it, all right. And then secondly is about should I call it availability? Should I call it I don't know what to call it, but we'll get to see in the video. Okay, just stick around. All right. So let's quickly go down to the app. All right. So here's our Uber app. This is what it looks like. After your registration and all of that, right? So let me quickly go straight and directly to the features of the app. All right. So the reason why I want to talk about these features is because I don't think that a lot of people know about these features, and so it could be a problem. All right. This is it's very exciting even for me as soon as I discovered it. Now on the on the screen, you want to click on these three buttons over here, and then click on Help. All right. Now there are tons of features here. I will not be running through all of them in this video, but I do hope that you can get the app, get registered and all that. You will get access to all of them. You can study them one after the other. But here's a very interesting one. Here's a very important one. So when you go to safety, okay, here is what we have here. COVID-19, I was discriminated against by my rider. This is when you have an issue with the person you're carrying, your customer. I was in an accident. They also have a feature for that, for God's sakes. Can you imagine that? Like, that's how much they are actually concerned about your well-being. The very fact that you're driving, and I mean, it's beneficial for you as well. They also are concerned that, if you're in an accident, we would also love to know about it. Now, of course, granted, everybody has that SOS button. Um, I believe it's over here somewhere. Yeah, that's is it? Yeah, emergency assistance, right? I believe every rideshare business has this, but this is specifically if something had happened and you want to give them a detail of what happened and what not, and hospital injuries, vehicle damages, police reports, they want to see every single thing. All right. And I believe the only reason they're asking for this is to know how to assist you further in any way they can. That's how much these guys actually are concerned. All right, I don't know about you, but this actually gets me psyched. Like it's quite impressive, right? Um, the reason this is also impressive is because many people who are on the boat app often have this understanding that the boat company in itself. I'm sorry, I'm saying boat. I don't hate boat. Of course, I'm a very big fan. I use it a lot too, but just to compare and contrast, right? That these company, which is boat in particular now, they don't really care about their customers. And if you actually do check the boat app, they don't have these features. Okay, that's just one, by the way. That's just if you are in an accident. Now, look at this second one: reporting a serious incident with the rider. Basically, the same as, an issue with your customer and all that. But here's this: my vehicle was impounded, or I was intimidated. You know what this means? If ever you run into guys like the street boys, agberos, union guys, those guys who want to intimidate you for being responsible, I suppose, right? If you're a new Uber driver, you probably might not have encountered this issue, but I believe those who have been driving for a while now, at some point or the other, you must have faced issue with the unions or the agberos on the street. They have a section that literally deals with that. For instance, say I was intimidated, all right? You know, just read through and all that, but ultimately, you want to give them the information, and then you also want to collect the receipt of the fine in case you were intimidated, in case, in fact, your vehicle was impounded, right? They want a receipt. They want to see, okay, did you pay something? Let us know. All right. We might be able to do something for you. We might be able to get that money for you. Right. That's a beautiful thing. Right. I remember the very first time I was accosted by the unions. I spent about, I think, 15, if not 16,000 of my own money. Although, on different circumstances. But if I knew about this feature, I would take a receipt. I would make sure I took a receipt, and I'd make sure that I made my case clear with the Uber app, right? Because these guys are literally saying, no, if you face these issues, we'll be there for you, basically, right? And I feel like everybody should really be on the Uber app, for, if not for anything, the fact that these guys actually do care. And they from time to time, another thing again about the Uber app is that they profile their they are not riders now, but they are drivers, yes. Okay, they profile their drivers in that from time to time they ask you to take a photo of yourself. Let's know it's really you using the app. And, features like that just, they try to have a personal touch with the driver in case of necessities. They can say, oh, no, we know that guy. Oh, no, we don't know this guy, and things like that. Another feature, very interestingly, on the Uber app, let me show you over here: earnings and payment, and change to the Uber Fleet Supply Portal. Basically, what this is, all right, if you open and then you read through, it actually gives you an extensive detail about how you can run a fleet through the Uber company. Say, for instance, not as a driver now, this does not necessarily benefit drivers, but if you are a person who has a car and you want to give it out for people to, do the Uber business for you, you can either have the personal touch or you can go through the Uber app. Like, let me not say Uber app, but Uber company, right? They literally have a system where you are able to track your earnings and things like that. Look at this: driver name, status, active, on trip, and all that, right? They have different methods to payment reports. It's so easy to actually do it through them. That's how much they care. Again, I'm not really saying this, because I'm trying to promote the app, but really it's exciting, to be honest. All right. Personally, for me, I don't know how much it is for you. All right. So you can honestly do this. And the biggest, should I say, advantage of the Uber business? It's the fact that a lot of people, a lot of drivers are not on Uber. Most of them are on boats. And let me just give you this my own experience. A lot of the time, when I intend to start work or to drive, when I tend to go online, I tend to go online on both the Uber and Bolt app. Okay. And more time than none, especially if I am in the highbrow areas of Abuja, Maitama, Wuse, Garki, and the rest of them, I will always get a request on Uber, especially in Maitama. Okay? It just seems like the Uber users over there are oversaturated more than the boat users. I don't know why this is so. I don't know how this is so, but it's so basically. Some people some people who have been outside the country, the app I think they're most used to is the Uber app. So when they come back to Nigeria, they simply continue to use that app, and so they don't switch over to like whatever rideshare business app is I don't know, on board or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to show you a map. Okay, you look on the left, look on the right, and try to compare this boat app. I screenshotted this in real time. Okay, and I think I was in the Banex area or something like that. I'm not too sure now, but just take a look at how many boat drivers are present in this particular place. What are the chances that if you're here at this particular point in time, you would be getting an order, right? There is a slim chance. However, as an Uber driver, you stand a very huge chance. Let's put it this way: for every 20 Uber drivers, boat drivers, for every 20 boat drivers, you have at least 4 to 5 maximum Uber drivers. And you know what happens as soon as you have what you call them, more riders who are using the Uber app looking for the Uber drivers, you must get picked. And another benefit again that comes from it is that the search goes up. I am not lying. The highest search I have ever gotten on the rideshare business was on Uber. The boat search goes up to 1.9 in price, right? Yeah, search price. Okay. So, but in the Uber app, I have ever gotten a search of 2.3. I am not kidding. I still remember very vividly. I was in the Banex area. Somebody booked me, and I was like 2.3. What the hell? Normally this person was like 6 minutes away or 7 minutes away, and on a normal day, I'd probably not have gone. I would have waited for something that was much closer, but I had to go. I had to see for myself. 2.3, right? So, and I drove for a very short distance, a distance that would ordinarily give you or have given you, say, 500. Okay, it wasn't quite a long trip, but the amount came up to 1,900 or something like that. All right. So that's one of the advantages. The search map is very, very different sometimes. And look at your screen. I'm literally showing you these things on real. Look at the date, look at the time. I screenshotted these things just for the purpose of this video, just for the purpose of this argument, man. All right. Another thing again that you have is that with the Uber app, when a customer books you, yeah, when a customer books you and you accepted and maybe you've spoken to the customer and everything, if ultimately you decide no, you don't want to go on that trip and you cancel on that customer, the customer does not get how do I put this? The customer does not have to rebook again. As soon as you cancel, that particular order is rerouted to another Uber driver who is probably close by or a bit far away than you are. Okay, what this does, I don't know if you're catching the drift, man, but what this does is that it actually helps you as a driver not deal with certain customers who get really pissed and upset for rejecting their trips. On boat, for instance, again, I don't hate boats. This is not a shade on boat. But on boat, if you cancel a trip, if you decline it, if you accept and later you cancel, the customer has to rebook again. They have to go through whatever process they went through the first time to rebook again. That's what they have to do, and that frustrates them a lot many of the times. I don't know about you, but many times I have had customers call me and it's like, why did you cancel? Why, and all that. And it's like, come on, man, just book again. I'm not comfortable with going where you said we should go. It's just, it's a matter of choice. I'm sorry. It's not very convenient. But if you on the Uber app, you probably, I'm not saying never, but you probably will not have to deal with customers calling you and complaining, because as soon as they've booked, it continues to reroute until it finds an Uber driver who is willing to go. That's how crazy it is, right? It continues to reroute. If you accept and then you cancel, it simply reroutes and keeps looking for another Uber driver and looking, unless there is no Uber driver within the permitted or permissible radius for that particular pickup. All right. That's also another thing. And lastly, let me just say this. A lot of the time, customers have told me this upfront, like, the Uber drivers are more nicer than the boat drivers. There's honestly, I don't, most of the time when they say this, I'm like, okay, but I'm basically on both of the apps. So I could be a nice driver on boat or an arrogant driver on boat and still be the same thing on Uber. I don't get why people just feel like if a person is on Uber, they tend to be nicer. So more than one customer have told me like they're going to delete their boat app and just start using the Uber, because it's just find that the Uber guys are just nicer and more comported. The vehicles are well put together. I'm like, okay. I really don't know what is the precipitating factor for that, but that's just what it is. And I believe if you want to be, a part of it, if you want to I guess enjoy the benefit of being a nice Uber guy, joining the Uber business would be a very sure way. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So basically, that's what I have to say. And I hope with these few points of mine, you will join you join the Uber business. But it's up to you, really. Okay. But I don't see why you can't join it, because you can literally run the both of them at the same time. Your boat app can be on, your Uber app can be on, and you can run them at the same time. Subsequently, I'll make a very extensive and in-depth video of the differences between the Uber app and the boat app. We're going to break it down little by little, and by the end of it, we'll know which app actually does better. All right, but I'm not categorically saying right now that the boat app or the Uber app is better. Trust me, you can never be too sure. All right. Make sure you're on the both of them, because there are days when the bulk of my day I spent doing Uber. My boat app was on, but I never got any order because there was an oversaturation of drivers and very few riders, very few customers, very few people who want to go to places. And that's why, again, as you see on the map, there is a very low heat on the boat app, but a lot of heat on the Uber app. Why? Because there is a saturation of drivers or customers who want to go places and very few drivers who want to go there. So the price quickly spikes. And that is very good, and that could be very good for you. I forgot to add this other point, that on Uber, you also have what you call the Uber hourly option. That's for the customer. Now, if a customer books an hourly option, the least they can pay for that trip is 2,000 naira. That is the least. It doesn't go beyond below that. All right. And for any more hour that is added to that trip, another 2,000 is coming. So I've picked up somebody who, although his own argument was that he's not getting the option for the normal Uber ride. The only option he has is for the hourly Uber ride. So he doesn't know what to do. He had to book it like that. I just drove this guy for, I believe, 5 kilometers or maybe six at most. It wasn't really a long trip. And this dude just counted 2,000 and gave me. I was actually feeling for him because I'm like, dude, I mean, this is way too little to be a 2,000 trip, but that's what it is sometimes, and that you can only find on the Uber app. All right, so please stick around. We're going to, I mean, not now. I mean, stick around, stick around the channel. We'll talk more about this in the future, but by all means, man, I don't see why you're not on the Uber business already. Definitely join. Definitely join. Okay? You want to see more on the Uber, I don't know, informations about that? Just check up on some of the videos on the channel. Some way about how to register the inspection centers, their call helpline, and things like that. All right, so that's it for now. Bye bye. All right, so that's the bulk of what I have to say on the Uber thing. And now I have a link in case you have not read. Okay, I can't say that with a straight face. Anyway, if you're going to register on the Uber business or the Uber app, yeah, I would highly recommend that you use the link of either a friend or somebody. I have mine in the comment section, and you're very welcome to use it. I'd be very happy if you do too. I believe you get some bonuses for using a referral code. Okay, so definitely use whichever one. Use mine or use that of a friend who you know is also in the Uber business, but it's always very beneficial to use a referral code while registering. Just click on the link, it takes you directly to where you're going to register, and then you can do the registration there. And then I think the other thing you have to do is to snap your vehicles and upload the pictures or go to an inspection center and get it done. Before you know, you're online, and yeah, you're an Uber driver. So that's all I have to say for this video. We'll talk some more some other time. So don't forget, referral links are in the description. And if you have any question and all that, hit me up. Like, not hit me up. Write it in the comments. Okay, so we could talk about that. All right. Bye bye.